Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. If you're new here, then hi, welcome. It's really nice to meet you. Welcome back to episode 2 of my little podcast I'm starting on this channel. Sorry this video is so late. It is currently Sunday night and I'm filming this. To be honest, I've not had any ideas up until now this week, so it's a bit of a late video. I feel like my camera's really wonky. Maybe I'm on the wonk. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so apologies for that. I've just got out of the shower. It is Sunday evening. Just finished work, got out of the shower. Just getting all cosy, and I just thought I would film this video now. So, as you can see by the title, I wanted to talk about toxic friendships I've had in my life. Sadly, a lot of people will have experience with toxic people in their life. And I've had a few. One that springs to mind mostly is, I'll do a quick little like story time sort of thing. I think this video is going to be quite rambly, but anyway. So I went to info school. No, I went to secondary school with this person. Known her for a very long time. We were really good friends. From like year 7 pretty much all the way through. We were really, really close. Up until about year 9, where I became really good friends with my still friend Chelsea. I know she won't mind me saying her name. And this other person got very jealous of that friendship and basically tried to turn Chelsea against me and sort of have her for herself. Like, I was never one that was like, she's only my friend, like, she can't be anyone else's, but this other person was. Let's give her a name. Let's call her Sandra. So Sandra tried to befriend Chelsea and get really close to Chelsea and basically take Chelsea as her own little like friend and like not really want me around, even though I was the one that introduced both of them to each other. So then Chelsea at the time didn't really see what was going on but got really close to Sandra, and what she also didn't see was how Sandra treated me throughout most of our secondary school. So I was bullied a lot in secondary school. However, most of the people that bullied me in the end, when they actually got to know me a bit better, actually were like, yo, sorry for like all the crap basically. And I was like, yeah, whatever, like, thanks for apologising, blah, 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 moving on. However, I think my secondary school experience was made worse by Sandra because she was intent on pulling all of my friends away from me and me being left on my own and, like, isolated, and a lot of the time that worked. A lot of my friends sort of went with her and I was sort of left on my own a lot, left feeling left out and just a bit like a spare part, and like I didn't really belong and like I didn't really have any friends. And there was a lot of times where she would make little digs about my appearance or about the fact that, or she'd really rub it in my face that my friend Chelsea was going to her house after school and having dinner and like I wasn't invited and stuff. And there was times where she invited our whole group of friends to her house, told all of them that I couldn't go, when in fact she just hadn't invited me in the first place. And I found this out years later, like when I was talking to my friend Chelsea, who now no longer speaks to the other person either. And she was like, oh, she told us she couldn't come. And I was like, no, I was completely free. Like, I could have gone. I was just not invited. And when they were all at this person's house and they would all message me on Facebook and all upload pictures and be like, hey, we're having such a good time. Hope you're having a good day, blah, blah, blah. And I'd see all these messages and be like, why are they rubbing it in my face that I'm not there? It turns out she was basically like, oh, you should message Katie and see if she's alright, blah, blah, blah. You should message Katie and see what she's up to, blah, blah, blah. Like, so she was stirring the pot the whole time throughout, like, behind my back and everything. And I noticed very early on what she was doing and noticed the sort of person she was. And unfortunately, because all of my friends were friends with her, I put up with it for a very long time. And it would wear me down so much. It made me feel crap. It made me feel worthless. I think that was when my mental health started to really, like, the whole effects of that really started to start, essentially. I think my mental health problems started then, because someone that you considered a friend and someone that you were really close to once upon a time then turns everyone against you. Until Chelsea, for example, or someone wasn't in school that day because they were off ill, she was suddenly then my best friend again, like, for the day. And it was like, I felt really used and really unnecessary, and it's upsetting for anyone to go through like that. And obviously at that age it sort of hurt even more, because you think at that time that those friends are going to be friends for life. You don't realise that you're probably not going to speak to the majority of them in like a few years, but at the time you spend like years in the same company as these people and you think that they're going to be your friends for like ever. And I could just see that she was pulling everyone away and that I was going to end up on my own, and there was like nothing I could do to stop it. It was like no matter what I said, there was only one of my other friends that actually saw through her BS, but no matter what, no one else sort of saw through it. And she was one of those people that I was too afraid to stand up to, because a lot of people were friends with her, and I just thought, if I say anything then I will be on my own and won't have any friends. And it was hard. Thankfully I had my performing arts friends, because I was the only one in that group that did performing arts. I had other friends throughout the school, so it was never, I was never fully on my own, but there was a lot of times where we'd all be hanging out and then she'd be like, oh, so-and-so and so-and-so, come with me, like, let's go do this. And then they'd be like, oh, you don't need to come, Katie, you can, like, stay here. And then I'll be like, okay, yeah, Katie, you stay here, we'll be back in a minute. And then the whole lunch break they were gone and I was just sat there on my own, like, looking like an idiot. And it felt awful, and the hardest part was the fact that no one else saw through it. And I thought at one point I was going absolutely crazy, because I thought, what's wrong with me? Like, am I the one that's pushing these people away and I don't even realise I'm doing it? And it wasn't until a few years after, well, a long time after, I was at uni and I came back home for the holidays, and one of my friends spoke to me and was basically like, look, she's been doing this to me, blah blah blah. And it was the same stuff she'd done to me all throughout school. And I basically said what had happened at school and explained everything, and this person was like, I never saw that she was like that until now, and now she's doing it to me. I'm so sorry that we ever let her put you through that in school. And it finally made me think, oh crap, it wasn't just me. It wasn't just me that was going through it. It wasn't just me that noticed it. It wasn't just me that knows it, that she is that sort of person, because now someone else is in the same position as me, and I'm still really close to that person. We are no longer friends with Sandra. None of us can stand her at all. However, she still has a hold on the rest of our friends. Like, it's so weird to me that people still believe her. It's literally like, I just feel like I don't even know what it is. I don't even know why people didn't see through it. I think she just played it so well that she was the victim in a lot of situations. Like, if ever I said anything, or if ever I was like annoyed and I just said something because I was annoyed, it would always come back to me, and I would always be the one that would have to apologise, even though she'd basically pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed for me to retaliate. Like, and there's only so much someone can ignore something. When someone is pushing and pushing and pushing, there's only so much you can ignore. And I think it got to a point one day when I just snapped, and I was the one that was made to apologise, because I had really upset her and blah blah blah. But anything she said to me about my weight, about my hair colour, any of the little digs, she was never made to apologise for. And whenever I was at her house with my other friends or anything, if we were having dinner or anything, she'd always make me feel bad about anything that I ate, and always make me think that I was never worthy of having friends. I was never worthy of eating at one point. There was a lot that this person did that really affected me for a long, long time. And when I went to college, she was at the same college as me, so she still tried to like be best buds with me, but I'd made a load of new friends, so, and I don't think she liked that, and I don't think she liked that all of our school friends had made loads of new friends as well, so she wasn't the centre of attention anymore. It wasn't all about her. So I think she struggled with that, and I haven't spoken to her since then. I haven't spoken to her, I haven't seen her, I've not got her on any form. Well, no, I did see her a few times after that, but there was one time that me, Sandra and my other friend were supposed to be going shopping, and we had to wait for Sandra to finish work, so we were really late shopping, so it was like the shopping centre was nearly closed, and instead of us actually doing the shopping we wanted to do, we had to wait because she was like, I need to eat something, which fair enough, you need to eat something, but we were all going to go get something on the way home, and instead she was like, no, I have to eat now, so we basically had to sit down and eat instead of doing what we wanted to do, so by the time she'd finished eating we couldn't do any more shopping and just had to go home. So like my friend wasted her petrol just because of that, and it was like, it was just petty things as well. Like she would say things like, oh, like if you sat on a chair and it squeaked, she'd be like, oh, I think that chair's gonna break. And it was just things like that, and there's certain people in this world that do things like that, and it drives me mad when I see other people doing it, because you don't realise the effect that those words are having on someone. Like you don't, like a lot of my mental health, not all of my mental health, but a lot of my mental health is involved in my body and everything, and that sort of thing sticks with someone. And like she made so many comments about everything, about, oh, your top, that top's a bit too tight for you, or like, oh, you can see your stomach in that top, and but like she wasn't a supermodel or anything, and she had no right to be saying that sort of stuff to me because we had very similar body types. So, but she would always do it to me in a way because she'd always get more attention from guys. So she would think that because she got the more attention from, not that I ever wanted any more attention or any attention at all from the guys I was at school with at all, but because she got more of the attention, it was like she was one of those friends that would put her friends down so that everyone would laugh at that friend so that she would have more of the attention. And I hate people that do that. So she would always like put me down in front of everyone, but then when we were together and like, if I was ever saying about how I was insecure about things, she'd be like, oh no, you're stunning, you're beautiful, blah blah blah. But then in front of people she'd be like, oh my god, look at her stomach, oh Katie, that chair just squeaked, I think it's gonna break. Like, I just can't fathom people that do that, because you don't understand, that sticks with someone. That sticks with someone so badly, and it has stuck with me for years and years. And she is one of those people that I cut off, and as soon as I cut off, I was very thankful for, and I was only friends with her for a few years because of my other friends. However, when one of my other friends realised how she was, and she cut her off, I finally did it. I finally bit the bullet and thought, right, this is it, I'm cutting her off. I'm not having anything to do with her. I can't have that negativity in my life. Like, it was at the point where I'd started uni, I was going into my second year, and I was like, I'm in the best position, like with my friends, with my confidence then. I don't want to be around people like that. I don't want to be around friends like that. They're not friends. They're not friends. It's just someone that's in my life. She couldn't stand me, and I know she couldn't stand me. She only put up with me because everyone else was my friend. But when I cut her off, it was the best decision I've ever made. And I know now that I am in such a better position in my life, and I know that if I ever saw her again, she ever said anything, it wouldn't affect me as much now. It really wouldn't, because I mean, I'm in the healthiest position of my life currently because of Slimming World and because of exercising and stuff. I mean, me and Mum started Couch to 5k. I did a 20-minute run last Friday, which is, I never thought I would be able to do ever in my life. So I'm in the best position I've ever been, so her words wouldn't have as much of an effect on me now as they would have done back in school. However, people need to realise that that stuff does stick with people, and people need to think before they speak and not be a toxic AF biatch. But I just thought, I don't really know where this video is going. I just sort of wanted to talk about the fact that everyone has people like that in their life, and I just want you to know that if you are struggling with someone like that and you are thinking, do I keep putting up with it or do I just get rid, it will make your life so much better. And yeah, if she ever sees this, doubt she will. Hi, thanks for ruining my entire school experience. But yeah, I'm in a much better position now and I actually don't care about the person at all. Cannot stand her. But yeah, just know that toxic people, just cut them off. Just be done with it, because they will never learn if people don't realise how toxic they are. And I think people have more of an understanding nowadays of what a toxic person is than when I was at school. Like back then, I think people didn't realise how toxic she was being, because they just thought, oh, she's joking. But now I think people have a better understanding of it. So yeah, that's the video for today. I don't really know if this is worth anything or what, but I just wanted to talk about toxic people and toxic friendships, and yeah, it might help someone, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm going to try and think of some more like other story times or something to do as podcasts, or I may film a podcast with one of my friends at some point. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Please give the video a big thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to my channel, it really means a lot. Leave any comments you have down below. Any ideas you want me to talk about, any things you want me to cover, like any topics or anything, please leave them down below, because it really, really, really does help me. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye guys.